It's a lifestyle that's getting more and more difficult to pursue. It's kind of nice to have working boats in these coastal towns doing their thing, adding a little color, and it'll be a little bit less cool when they're gone. They say that within 3 to 5 years it'll probably be 40 boats, and then it may be 20 boats. So what you're going to see is harbors like Half Moon Bay. You pick them all the way to Nia Bay up in in Washington. They're going to lose the small boats because it's going to be more expensive to catch fish. It's going to be more complex, and guys that are struggling now and they got families, and they're not going to be able to do it anymore.
Great-grandfather was a fisherman, my grandfather was a fisherman. It's like a tradition in the whole country. If your father's fisherman, you gotta be fisherman. Nobody's willing to go fishing because they don't see no future. They're not making because all the rule, regulation. They're not close one good area and leave one good for us. They close all the good reef, all the good spots. They go over the limit. They go over, they overprotect. We don't want to say we don't want no limit. No, we want this fishery to be controlled. They got to be controlled. But just to give a little luck.
The regulations have basically put most of the fishermen out of business. There is no doubt about that in my mind at all. Essentially, the combination of regulations and reduced catch quotas have really depressed the number of people who can make a living out of fishing. Within the state of California, rather than trying to adjust things when you find a problem, they basically have just outlawed fisheries. All these regulations have come in independently of each other. And it's the accumulation of good tidings, in a sense, for environmentalists. Any time there's a problem, we'll shut the fishery down, which is what's caused most of the fisheries to decline.
My dad used to fish for this outfit. It used to be called Regal. Now it's called Royal. But I came into this place here in 1973. So it's been, 33 years. People come here, they expect fresh fish. That's what we got. This old scale here is the backbone of this market.
Right there?
Yeah, that's been here ever since I bought the place. Well, the local industry, for the most part, we used to be 4 or 5, fish companies here on the wharf that had boats fishing for them. They flayed fish, whatever they operate. Now we're the only ones left. Here's a little table where they flay fish. We used to have 20 cutters. 40 people altogether, the packers and the cutters and the weighers and whatever. Now we're down to 1 or 2 cutters. I had opportunity to sell the boat, sell the permit, this and that over and over again. But that's my way of life. I mean, I was 16 years old when I started fishing with my dad. Now I'm 68. We're a fishing family. When my son John was 16, Joey was 15, and Mari was 14, they ran one of my boats, the 63-footer. They used to go out Friday night and come in Sunday and unload. I managed to bring my kids into the fishing operations, But I don't think there's a chance in hell that any of my grandkids are going to be encouraged. Not from me being their grandfather, because I don't want them to suffer the enslavery that the government put us through. If I were to get out of this business, Monterey Harbor would not have anybody fishing bottom fish. but we're still going.
This is a living piece of history. This is what the industry is all about. I grew up in the community that it's inland, it's locked in. So for me, as an inlander, coastal community means fishing community. This is a fishing town. There are small boats, small family operations, and our ecosystem is healthy. I'm looking into long term. I'm looking into that the fish is going to be here 100 years from now, 200 years from now. So my grandkids or grandkids will be able to fish here. The situation is that we are in Monterey here on the Central Coast in general. We have no boats left, and the worst part is not only we lost all our processing and supplying by our boats and our fishermen, we also lost our markets. We have a lot of instances where, where we found out that local restaurants are not able to purchase our fish from our company here at Royal because it's guaranteed it's being trolled. There's a partnership between local restaurants and Monterey Bay Aquarium and its seafood watch card program. And whatever restaurants wants to be associated as a partners, they have to comply with all kinds of rules, and they have to comply with the rules on the cards. So we're standing here now where our fish is basically unsellable in the local market in Monterey. So currently we're getting fish here from Canada that's being trolled anyway, or Mexico that's being trolled. So we're getting fish just because it's being labeled different way, it takes us out of the game. We're part of this world, and if this bay or this area, this ecosystem was collapsing, we would be the first one to know. And we'll be the first one to say, we got to do something about it. That's what we provide. We provide reasonably priced and good quality fish. That's what we do.
The fish we catch is absolutely the finest quality fish that you could hope to have. It's one-day fish. We catch it, we put it below decks at 31 degrees as we sort. It comes in that night, gets iced up. It goes to the people within 2 days, and people are excited about it. And that's fun. That's fun because you're not producing it, but you're supplying a source of terrific protein. Makes sense. It's been a moneymaker for a lot of environmental concerns to isolate overfishing. The truth of the matter is, we're a bunch of knuckleheads that go out. We bring a little fish in. We're not doing environmental harm. And we need a little bit of help at this point by people stepping up and saying, hey, wait a minute. Leave those guys alone. They're not half as bad as what's down the road, which is large vessels that you don't know anything about coming into your area, removing the harvest, and disappearing back north or down south or wherever they go.
We're still here, we're surviving, but we don't have much to go to be completely gone. And there is an opportunity for people and for our representatives to help
the situation by changing the law, which is very restrictive currently, and making it a little bit better and more bearable for the fishermen.
Not enough people understand fishing. And it's not that they're against us, they just don't understand it. And, and generally speaking, when people don't understand something, they don't get involved.
People need to put us back in their minds into it. They separate us, pulled us in that we don't belong here, but we do. Unless there is working dogs, unless there is a fish that's being caught here by local fishermen, then it's just a museum piece here. This town, it's a museum. If you want to have living town, living, thriving coastal community on the Pacific coast, it has to stay fishing community.